You're in a spook race, huh? A spook arms race.
Yeah,
It's a
I'm a
spook
little, a
off.
little worried about what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right, we streaming?
Yep, we are now live.
Okay.
The um, chat is right there in the chat here on Zoom.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Alrighty, time to do the things.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, I think it's something that people don't really talk about very often.
But
We have 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's not nothing.
it's
That's a
not
number.
nothing. Certainly a number between 1 and
5,000.
trillion.
All right. In the sky.
Post on our
Oh,
so
no.
Yeah, make sure people know about this. Are we like advertising these before they happen? These streams?
We haven't been just because we've been so like kind of hit or miss recently.
Yeah.
Um, don't really have like a routine right now.
Yeah, we're getting kind of into one. We've
Oh,
been
it
pretty
said join us for
consistent.
the Astoria live stream again. That's all right.
Make sure you change that from the RPG. So we haven't
it
played that.
I don't even
A
know where
while.
it says that in.
could be a Zoom thing.
Could be, could be.
Okay.
I recently signed in to I made it like I actually made an account for support at the Heroes Journal on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like you have 0 followers. That's true.
Well, yeah, you gotta start with 0.
You didn't want to start a whole support at the Heroes Journal YouTube channel.
Dude, that'd be sweet. I think people would really like that.
Follow us on our secondary channel.
That's right. Anybody in
You have a
our
second account? You don't really even have a first account. You know how it is. All righty. We are in. We have 3 people in them, and I think I'm 2 of them, unfortunately. So I'm gonna close those.
yeah, let's not juice our numbers.
Yeah, I can't let people think that we're more successful than we are.
All right, we gotta be honest. Gotta
Gonna
stay
go.
humble. Stay hungry.
Where did I find the video? Oh, there we go. Okay.
You know, I'm gonna say this. Rush Hour, every time I watch it, I enjoy it more than I'm expecting to enjoy it. Every single time.
I'm with you on that.
It's a crowd pleaser, sure.
Also, I'm not used to Chris Tucker being so lean. He's like like in that in Rush Hour 1, he
Yeah,
looks like categorically different than Rush Hour 2 and 3.
I guess I can't remember how different he looks. I guess I can look this up.
Yeah, he's definitely young.
I mean, yeah, it was how old was he
Like
when
I
it
always
came
think
out?
of Chris Tucker as like a medium fit guy, but I would say
Medium
in Rush
fit.
Hour 1,
He looks small.
he looks very like
He's slim, I guess. Yeah, he's wiry. He's got that kind of gangly physical humor.
mm-hmm.
That's why he's good as Ruby Rod and Fifth Element. Same kind of thing, just long arms and legs moving, you know.
Hello, David. First comment of the day.
Hey, David, happy Friday.
Um, but yeah, so for everyone watching, we decided to watch the movie Rush Hour this week. I think that we've all seen Rush Hour before, so this was a revisit.
Yes, I haven't seen it. I mean, I've seen it more than I think I have. You know, oh, I haven't seen it since it came out. Like, no, that's not true.
Yeah,
It's on like TNT every afternoon in like the 2000s. It was just, we had the VHS tape of it in our house,
yeah.
you know, just It's on all the time.
So we were a little worried about how it was going to age. And I think rightly so. We were worried about just like some of the comments and some of the way that people are treated in that movie. And I think that it's about as bad as you would assume a movie from the 90s would be. Is
Yeah.
kind of how I look at it.
It
Is that
honestly wasn't as bad as I remember it. I think I watched it like a year or two ago, and I remember being like, "Whoa." For some reason, I was expecting it worse, but I think that again, we discussed this, but the movie earns it. Like I think it really does pull off. Like it's not tasteless. It's a little outdated, but I
sure?
don't think they did it with I don't feel like they did it in a clumsy way, if that
Hmm.
makes sense. I don't know. Maybe the other rush hours, I think they maybe lose that a little bit. But it feels like for every one of those like jokes or comments or like one-off kind of like racist feeling things, there's like a pretty solid plot backing to that gives that context, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't know if that really makes sense, but I don't know.
Ryan, what do you think? Did it worry you at moments, or were you?
I was worried going into it, kind of like Nick. I think it does earn it. I think it, you know, that's a lot of the humor is mined from that, is like
Mhm.
the culture clash, right? Um, it's I think probably because Jackie Chan is in it, there's a lot more respect for Chinese culture than I remember there being. I think there's a lot more like, people who like Chris Tucker's all of his things of like, not understanding the Chinese stuff or like, it makes him a buffoon. That's the point of his character. He's kind of a blowhard. He's a goofball who just doesn't understand, his impatience is part of the humor, right? So I think it's okay. They're not like, but not like, you know, it could be a lot worse, is what I'm trying to say. And I feel like there were
Yeah.
movies that were a lot worse at the time. Um, but since you had Jackie Chan on board, I think it's he probably brought some respect to it that they wouldn't normally be.
Yeah. I am always just surprised by how warm Jackie Chan comes across the screen. Like he's like, I feel like he's true, like really like a once in a lifetime level of talent because
He's
he's like a comedian, he's like an action actor, but he's so warm and he's like so joyful. I
he's
don't know how to say it. Like he just like he
he's
comes across so well. And and I was thinking about other characters in Jackie Chan. Like I always just like his characters in movies.
he's just always plays the same guy most of the time, but like it's a great character. A character that's like, dodging and beating the crap out of people while apologizing. Like that's
Yeah.
his character. Um, I say every time. There's a lot of his stuff we did in Hong Kong was more diverse, I guess, but
Mhm.
um no, he's great. He's great. I mean, he does all his own stunts, does all his own choreography. He's like, you know, yeah, I think you're right. I think he's just kind of like this once in a lifetime sort of guy, you know. Um,
Yeah. I think this might be a bit of a stretch to say. I think this is one of the best action movies. I guess you call it a buddy cop film. It's definitely a buddy cop. It's a buddy cop
it's an
film.
action movie. Yeah, it's a buddy cop movie.
I feel like it's somewhere, it's at least in the top 10. There's something about this movie that's so rewatchable that really captured the time it came out. But most importantly, for any action movie, the sequences in this film are so impressive. Like I was watching the scene where he rolls up to, I guess they're like at the embassy, but I guess they are. They're like at the house.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Jackie Chan is handcuffed to the steering wheel still. And he like sneaks past all the guards. He's like running around the house and he gets it. Like that sequence is so impressive. It's pulled
See,
off so well. I mean, obviously there's
you got to watch more Jackie Chan stuff then, man, because like I feel like this movie, I want more Jackie Chan stuff. There's not enough of it in the movie. There's a lot of
really,
it. There's enough scenes, but like you watch one of those Hong Kong movies, it's just like that is like every scene,
that's
you
true.
know. Watch Police Story, watch Super Cop, watch
There's better Jackie
Twin
Chan.
Dragons, watch Drunken Master. I can, yeah.
There's better Jackie. Well, this isn't like a martial arts movie though. That's why it's interesting.
No,
Like,
it's very, but you're right, it's very watchable. It's not,
yeah,
it's extremely, it's a comfort movie. I don't know if I call it in the top tens like you. I don't know if I give it such high praise, but I think it is just like it's like Independence Day. Like I love Independence Day. I know it's not a good movie, but it's a great movie. It's not, sorry, it's not a good film, but it's a great movie. Does that make sense?
That does make sense.
It's like just you put
Yeah.
it on, it's got this just it just feels it's just like a warm hug. It just feels it's just fun to watch.
So I have a couple thoughts based on what you guys just said. First thing, most important, most impressive thing about Jackie Chan as an action actor, his shirt stays on, and that's very rare from action actors. You like
And
action,
this
like
one it does.
a lot of ethos is given to like having a crazy physique, and I'm sure he does. But it's like he's just like he doesn't need it, which I think is great.
Mm.
Second thing I love about this movie is they didn't actually have to tell that good of a story. I was like watching this movie and I was like, they didn't need to. They had Jackie Chan was very famous at the time. Chris Tucker was very famous at the time. They could have just like had some funny like physical humor, some funny punchlines, a decent storyline, and it would have done fine. But like they actually told a really good story. Like from start to finish, you have um the main villain being like there in the opening scene of the thing, and like it's just like there's so many like tie-ins, and it feels like there's real like stakes. I don't know. I was really every time I watch it, I'm like, this is actually a pretty well told story for how not necessary it is for them to tell a good story.
Yeah. The heart of the movie, like, is obviously Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker being guys, being dudes, hanging out. But it takes like 30 minutes before we even really see them together, maybe even longer in the movie. And to Kyle's point, like it is a robust story. It is, and I remember watching 2 and 3 like a year ago after watching the first one, and there's nowhere near as much like of that robust, like this makes sense. And this it's a lot more like gags and like it leans a lot more on the 2 stars. But yeah, this movie takes its time with that like unfolding story. It's really detailed.
Yeah, there's some good like setup and payoff, like there's some good like, they tee it up early and it comes back later, like good callbacks and things like that, not only with jokes, but with action scenes and like, you know,
Yeah.
And
it
they
just
earn stuff. Like there's the whole scene of like him buying C4 in the beginning.
Mhm.
That fails. And then you have the scene of Chris Tucker's ex-partner
yeah.
practicing bomb
Well,
diffusion.
they set up so you can defuse the bomb later, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like they
Yeah.
like they introduce
It's
all of these things that are going to become necessary at the end.
I feel like
Whereas like I think a lot of movies like this would be like, oh, this person's a bomb diffuser. You know, like
it's
they would just
yeah,
be like, this person knows how to do that.
it's like such basic like filmmaking. I feel like a lot of movies nowadays don't have that kind of like detail
Yeah.
as much. I feel like uh
Yeah.
David is he says he's never seen a Jackie Chan movie. I don't know how that's possible. But he also says he's been watching Jiangxi movies. Have you seen Mr. Vampire, David? Sound off in the comments about Mr. Vampire. We'll talk about that. But no,
Well,
it's
Panda is technically a Jackie Chan movie. So
technically, yeah. He's a voice actor as well.
yeah.
Yeah. He's also a singer in Hong Kong. I don't know if you guys knew that. He's got a
Brian, have
music
you seen the
career.
cat's meow?
Cat's Meow. Apparently about Hearst and the unsolved murder. I now know about the Cat's Meow.
I would have asked Nick, but you're kind of the resident cat guy, so I figured that you were the
Oh, this
you
looks
earned the first
familiar.
question.
It's got Kirsten Dunst in it. Set in the 1920s. Okay,
I could see
interesting.
Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan actually like in real life hating each other. I could see that.
Yeah, I know Jackie Chan did not like making this movie. From what I remember hearing, he was like, he couldn't understand what Chris Tucker was saying a lot of the time. So,
Mhm.
um, but it was his first Hollywood hit. So,
You
like,
know what's funny about that movie is like they try to do the whole like you didn't ask if I speak your language thing.
mhm.
And Jackie Chan obviously speaks very good English. Like
Yeah.
he was an action star in an American Hollywood film. And then at the end, like Chris Tucker says like a couple things. You could tell he's trying so hard just to say the couple of Chinese words. And he's
Yeah,
like, you never asked. And it's like, hey man, we didn't have to ask. Like that was a good Chinese.
we knew you didn't speak Chinese.
Like it was
It's
Yeah.
just just a cute callback. It's supposed to be like, oh, look at their buddies now. Before it was like, before that context, it's like he's pissed off. Like, what the heck, man? And at the end, it's like, oh, it's cute. Ah, ha, ha. We're friends now.
But
Little
I thought it
whimper.
was so funny because like that was so forced. Like it looked like he knew four words.
He
A
definitely knew
lot of
four
the
words.
bloopers are him trying to get that line. I don't
Yeah.
know if you guys watch the bloopers.
Yeah, the blooper. Yeah, I mean, this is again an era where you could have every Jackie Chan movie has like the outtakes at the end with like him like messing up a stunt,
Mhm.
breaking
That's
every bone in his body.
I I miss that era of just like throw some bloopers in the back of the film. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know why that's such a hard
Jackie
thing to
Chan always has that though. It's great.
do.
Sometimes the bloopers aren't as funny because they'll fall and like there's one where he has to be like helivaced out like because he like snapped his spine falling out of a tree or whatever, and it's like ah
Yeah,
yeah
that's not bad. I guess it's a fine line, but um
yeah
yeah.
I like it. No, I think honestly yeah it's a nice throwback. I feel like again we talk about I feel like every movie we watch that's like before the year 2000 we're like they don't make movies like this anymore.
They
I don't
don't.
know. I don't know if they really do. I mean, the closest thing we have now to like these action comedies are like, what do we have? We have like the Marvel movies, I guess, or like,
Yeah. I mean, this is like a what, like member berries
yeah.
conversation. Get into that. But I don't think I've watched a movie. I like nothing in that movie felt like there was like special effects to it, if that makes sense. That might be a dumb thing to say because there probably is on some level. But I feel like there's just so much like almost like gloss or just like I don't know. There's like a different like it's almost like a sheen over a lot of like action movies now. Maybe it's because they're
Yeah.
done with the blue screen or obviously there's like lots of special effects and you have to raise the bar. Like I think like Mission Impossible is a good example where it's like super entertaining, great action movie, but it's like there's like something about it where you're like some of this is real, some of it isn't real.
hmm
Like, like some of it was made on a computer, I guess is probably a better way to say it.
Yeah, it kind of makes the whole thing, you're not sure like what you should believe. I feel like Jackie Chan, you always believe he's doing what he's doing because he is doing what he's doing. There might be like
Yeah.
wires that are like, out of sight. There might be, stunt men and like, things like that, but and like padded things to land on, but he's actually jumping around and doing the acrobatics and the gymnastics required to do what he needs to do.
Yeah.
I think
You know,
that the before we had like AI in its current form, the like what Nick's talking about is the first uncanny valley. It's like Rush Hour feels real. Like it feels like real things happened. Obviously, the story would never have happened that way, but just like it feels real. And you watch
yeah.
some of these other action movies, and people are like on steroids, and they're huge, and
hmm
they're jumping through windows, and they're solving problems with cars. Like these things like don't feel like a real thing that happened on Earth. Um,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, Rush Hour could have happened, maybe. I don't know. But like it at least felt like the physics made sense.
Do you guys have a favorite joke from the movie
Favorite joke?
or a favorite moment from the
I
movie?
love I love just, any time like Jackie Chan. He's like, Charlie Chaplin. He's got amazing physical comedy. I think the part at the end where he's trying to like protect the big vase, it's just like he does so well to protect it and then it just gets shot and it's like he makes this horrible thing. Oh, you know. And the setup before that is Chris Tucker being like, nothing bad's gonna happen to any of this stuff. Don't worry, it's fine. It's like you know that stuff's gonna get broke.
Mm-hmm.
That is such a good bit. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
You know, I love the fact that Jackie Chan just like puts the vest on himself and starts just climbing around.
hmm
I thought that was so. It was like it felt like, like I got to see the full like that full character, like their full ethical and moral values. It was
Yeah.
Yeah.
like I'm going to put my life on the line for what is right.
Yeah. I mean, good action scenes should, the characters show who they are through their actions, right? Like even in martial arts, you can tell a person's personality based on how they fight, right? That's what's cool about these kung fu movies. And you can always tell Jackie Chan's personality, his character he's playing.
I feel like they did that with both the leads. Like I think
hmm
also Tucker, like I love that he doesn't want to join the FBI at the end. I like that he has that level of like, self-respect
Yeah.
after he saves the guy's life. And because I remember I was watching it and I was like, I wonder if that was like a conversation when they were writing this, like, why don't we have Jackie Chan kill the guy kill the main bad guy.
Yeah, with the scar in his face, right?
Yeah, the Buzz, the guy with like bleach blonde hair, you know.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, like because that's how they start the movie, right? Is like kind of that first initial, but I think it works. Like there's something about it that works, and then of
Hmm.
course like the clean yourself off.
Yeah, yeah, you did.
My favorite joke in that whole movie, I had to pause it because I was laughing so hard. I forgot about it when he first meets that guy, Chris Tucker's character, and he's like, put your gun down, fight like a man. And someone kicks him, and he's like,
Like
which one of y'all just kicked me in the face? That is so funny to me.
so good.
Not knowing who kicked you in the face.
So funny.
It's delivered so well. You're just like, all right. Like a substitute teacher kind of tone is
Yeah.
so
So funny.
really had me in stitches.
What's a better gun through a hole? Was it Jackie Chan putting the gun through the steering wheel during that scene where he like, or was it Chris Tucker shooting the guy between his legs, jumping back? What's a better use of gun plus hole?
What a question. I think the Chris Tucker, you know, the Chris Tucker one.
Yeah.
That's like one of the
Good one.
climaxes of the big action part of the movie.
Yeah, it's a good payoff.
I think I like the steering wheel better
Funeral's pretty cool.
because the steering wheel's so unnecessary. Like
Right.
it's like it doesn't change anything, but the fact he did it, I was like, I love that. That's just like a funny little thing they did there.
Yeah.
Um. Oh wow, Jackie Chan once said he learned English from listening to Celine Dion albums.
Interesting. She's
So
Quebecois.
he learned English from someone who's also ESL.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah, maybe that makes it easier.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. I feel like we have a lot of Jackie Chan movies in our future.
Oh yeah.
Because of the new storyline that we're working on right now, if you haven't heard.
Mm,
Very much inspired by the likes of Jackie Chan, other movies he's been in. And so I think for the foreseeable future, we'll probably be watching a lot of action, kung fu stuff, unless I guess we can kind of do whatever we want. But we're trying to get in that mood. We're making a new journal. So
yeah. Yeah. We're trying to do martial arts this month.
So I have a question for you guys. And this is you can say that's a stupid idea. You can shoot me down right away if you want. What if one of these weeks we played a game that was like, instead of doing a movie review, we do a game review. So it's like a game that has like a pretty straightforward campaign. I have a PS5 now, so I can play games that you guys can play on Steam.
fancy pants.
Well, I don't have a PC, so I couldn't play these games before.
Yeah.
So now we could like.
You can also
I
like
don't know if there's any,
play a
mini-
game on stream too. That's also people do
Ooh.
that, get Fortnite or Marvel Rivals or something going.
Kyle and I have been playing some Marvel Rivals.
Me too. It's fun.
Get
Yeah.
all fun.
Yeah. They just
Uh,
got a new patch today. So
Who you been playing?
I usually get stuck as a strategist. So I've been playing a lot of Loki and Adam Warlock and Rocket Raccoon. Yeah. What about you guys?
We were playing yesterday, and Kyle tried out Loki for the first time. And I think Kyle liked him.
I had
Loki's fun.
17 kills with just Loki for some reason. I don't even know how I did that.
Yeah.
No.
He's fun. He just takes a lot more like awareness and like concentration.
Yeah.
It's not as like straightforward as some of the other guys.
I've
Like
just been
a squirrel girl.
Squirrel Girl's fun. As far as like I never get the chance to play the what do you call it? What's the attacker role called? The duelist. Never get a chance to play duelist, but yeah, Squirrel Girl is a lot of fun. I like playing her.
I've been playing a lot of Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. Were you a Hanzo player in Overwatch, Nick?
I wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't.
You're a McCray guy, right?
I played. Who I played the most was Torbjorn. I love
Torbjorn. You had like the turrets. So you should be playing. You should be playing Namor then. He's got the turrets. He's got the little squids.
I did start to get into Namor a little bit. Kyle's
He's pretty
playing shark guy. Or
Oh,
what's
it's
his
Jeff. Yeah.
Jeff the shark. And
Yeah.
they have some synergy. So I was like, oh, you play that guy, I'll play the other guy. So it was
Yeah.
fun.
I
I
like
like
the Punisher.
Punisher. He's got those turrets and stuff, right? Like you can get the
Yeah.
big gun. Yeah.
I got like we were playing that one where you move the little thing that
Mhm.
like the enemy's trying to like move the cart.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And we
Escort
got them
mission.
down like this hallway, and I was just
Yeah.
it was amazing. It was the
Satisfying.
most fun I've ever had playing a game just for like 10 seconds because I was just doing a
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah. That game, I'm really enjoying that game. And I love it because I don't feel the need to be great at it. I don't feel any pressure to be competitively talented at it.
No.
And it has that, I don't know, it almost has like an old video game feel where it's like everyone's kind of OP in a way, and that's okay. Like no one's like complaining or like this needs to be balanced. It's like who cares? Just
Yeah.
go there, have fun. Like it's just a fun, funny
As
game.
long as you don't play competitive, I feel like that's where people get all sweaty about it, right? As long
Yeah.
as you're playing quick play and just goofing around, it's fun.
That's
Do you play ranked?
I have played some ranked. I got up to silver 2 last season, I think.
cool.
I did not get very far. I didn't play a lot of ranked.
So this game's been around for a while.
It's, last season was season 0. It was a short season. It was only been out for like it
Mm.
came out in like November, I think.
I mean,
Um,
if we played, I bet we could get some heroes in here that would play with us. That'd be
round
kind
our team out, yeah.
They are talking video games in the chat.
Yeah, man.
Melissa said, still rocking Animal Crossing, which I love.
I love that dedication to the island. That's great.
Yeah. For those of you in the chat, would you rather us why isn't it working? Any people have been able to get in there. Would you rather us like play a game? Like what's something else? What's something you guys would want us to see us do? Like, would you want us to want to watch us play Marvel? Should we do that on our own time? Like it's
I mean,
like
you can do
no
that.
one wants to
Yeah.
watch you play a game, buddy.
We'll do it on our own time
Yeah.
and tell you about it. We'll describe it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like like is there anything you'd want us to see us do and have commentary on?
Yeah. I mean, there's other like tabletop games and stuff we could play on stream as
It's
well.
true.
You decorate cookies every single week.
Yeah. Now we're
Dude,
talking.
we get into Scrabble. I think Scrabble would be like I think it's an untapped, really good stream
Scrabble.
game.
Scrabble stream. Okay. Yeah, I mean, sure.
Kyle just loves
Scrabble stream. Scrabble's
I
fun.
love Scrabble.
Just one excuse to play Scrabble, it sounds like.
Yeah.
You know what we should do is we should play GeoGuessr, but
Oh,
instead
yeah.
of playing GeoGuessr, we just change our backgrounds and be able to guess where it is.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to
karaoke
come
says
with like a couple.
Melissa.
You have to come with a couple images pre-downloaded on your computer, and then you can just like load them up.
Melissa suggested karaoke.
Karaoke would be an interesting one.
That'd be fun.
Ryan,
we
do you have a go-to karaoke
bar.
song?
We did a karaoke bar last weekend, and I've been kicking myself all week because I didn't go up, and I regret it. I regret it. I should have went up. I was too
Gotta-
cool.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
Yeah, this is one of the ones I was like, it's in front of the whole bar.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that. That's tough. Yeah, I understand not wanting to go up. I like the Asian style karaoke where you have like your own room.
Yeah,
That's the way to do it.
much
Nick and I
less.
went to a karaoke bar near where I live, and the quality of talent was so dramatic.
Wait, where? When did we go?
It was when you and Steve and Pete were in town.
Oh,
It was like anyways, like someone went up there and was like they were about to get their big break. And then another guy went up there and they were terrible. And it was like,
oh yeah. That's how they always are. That's how they always are. And the later in the night, at least with the ones that where it's like the whole room, I feel like it's less about are you a good singer? Can you sing well? It's way more about do you pick a song people know?
Yeah, you gotta pick something that's gonna be a crowd pleaser. Or if you can't if you're not gonna perform it well, at least pick a song that everyone else can sing along to, right?
That is the question. And
Yeah.
I want everyone in the chat to also answer this. What is your win the room over karaoke song? Maybe you're a great singer and you can do it with your voice. Maybe you can do it with your energy, or maybe you just know people are gonna love that song. What's your go-to?
Mine's Crazy Frog.
They have that on the machines? Oh my God.
Is there lyric? I guess there is. Try
Blum, blum. Yeah.
ding 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 ding.
Bling, 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 bling.
Just go up
I
there
do
and
it,
just
yeah.
vibe,
And try to like read it off the screen to get the lyric.
dude.
Crazy Frog is not a terrible answer, surprisingly.
Yeah.
It's like I think Crazy Frog is like you have to like resurrect the room's vibes. Like let's say that like someone just went up there and just ruined the vibes, and everyone's like, oh.
Yeah.
And you go up there and you put Crazy Frog on, and you just go nuts. You just dance for 10 minutes.
Yeah. You know, someone pulled out I think it's called You'll Be Back from Hamilton.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like the King's song.
And
Yeah.
at first, everyone is like, especially the people that aren't familiar, they're like,
Yeah.
what is this show tune? And at first, I had that. I didn't know the song, but at first, I was like, this is not a good pick for this. By the end
Mhm.
of that song, the room was electric because it's so
Wow.
long to it. Like,
It's fun. La, la, la. Yeah.
it's just, you're like, oh, this, it's like, it's a perfect kind of underdog song, I think.
Yeah.
Now my pick. Ryan, what's your karaoke pick?
When I was in Japan, my pick was a song by a band called the Blue Hearts called Linda Linda. It's a Japanese punk band, and people didn't know it, but as long as you can sing the words Linda Linda Linda, you can sing along to this song. And I memorized it in Japanese, and I still my go-to. If they have it in the machine, I do Linda Linda. Look it up if you want to hear it. It's a banger. Um, but as far as this like, I don't do karaoke bars really, but I
Yeah.
know like at the end of our karaoke nights, whenever we do like a karaoke at like one of our houses or something around here, or do with the Asian karaoke, you got to pick a song at the end that everyone can sing along to. There's always a few that are like easy to pick, right? Like Living on a Prayer or
Mm.
Don't Stop Me Now, or like these ones that everyone likes. Everyone can just like belt out, right? Or Don't Stop Believing. These songs everyone are overplayed like crazy,
Hmm.
but there's a reason people like them. You can sing along to it. So
Yeah.
I think you need those in the back pocket, just like Kyle said, maybe to build the mood back up. So
I have a real answer for this because Ryan kind of spurred me on. I think mine's "Follow Me" by Uncle Cracker. That song has such a like just brings people together, dude.
yeah, a bunch of drunk guys putting their arms around each other, like
Yeah.
follow me.
That is such a sleeper pick. It's fantastic.
I wouldn't have thought that, but you're right. I can see a bunch of drunk people really vibing to that.
I
I
think
will
the
say
key is to pick a song people don't know that they already know all the lyrics to it.
Right.
To reach deep into everyone's subconscious and been like, we all
Yeah.
know.
you what you want is you want somebody who's at the bar, they're getting their drink, and they hear the opening chords of that song, and they
Yeah.
flip their heads. They're like, no
Huh?
way. That's what you want. That's the emotion you're trying to get out of people.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think you get that with a lot of like people our age, especially. I think that's who's going to karaoke right now. It's like anytime you put on like a boy band song, like put on like Backstreet Boys, like,
Hmm.
it goes, everybody. I'm just like, oh yeah. Or you put on like the Spice Girls, like Wannabe, that kills.
I want
Yeah.
to be
So
Oh, I'll
I,
tell you what I want, what I really, really want. It's great.
before I forget to say this,
Yeah.
I have a controversial take about "Don't Stop Believing."
Okay.
oh,
I think "Don't Stop Believing," if you take out the first 45 seconds of that song, it's like maybe top 10,000 songs of all time. But that first 45 seconds is so iconic
Hmm.
that it puts it into this echelon that like everyone knows it, but it's only because of that. Because if you watch people's energy die as that song goes on,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that first 15 to 20 seconds just gets people going.
it's a strong intro. It's a whole story.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, as someone who lives in Michigan, South Detroit is called Canada, so it doesn't exist. We have places downriver, but that's not Detroit, baby. Go directly south of Detroit, you hit Windsor.
Yeah. Why did they pick South? I guess
Because they're
Detroit.
not from here, man. They don't know. They just picked this thing that sounded good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, there has to be a South Detroit in the sense that there's a
I
southern part, the
mean,
most southern part of
southern
Detroit.
part of it, but it's not like anything to write home about. It's just like factories and stuff.
No one's born and raised there. That's for sure.
Definitely not.
Nick, what's your song?
The song I wanted to pick last weekend but didn't because I was being a coward. Didn't pick up the call to adventure. Was Arms Wide Open, Creed.
arms wide open.
That's
You
why.
have to sing it. You have to sing in that voice though, right? You got to do the
Like, I think that everyone wants to secretly sing in that voice for a song,
Scott Stapp. Yeah.
Yeah.
and I think that that would be
Very
I like it because there's always that moment where you pick a slower song and people are like, what's
yeah.
going what's going on? And then they're like, oh, this is actually kind of fun. And then by the end, it's big old build, and everyone's like, oh
Yeah.
man.
Arms wide open. Yeah.
I do think that there's like 5 slow songs that can work in any room. That's one of them. I think How to Save a Life is one of them.
That's a tricky thing.
Yeah.
You have to go really deep though.
Yeah.
You gotta go super deep.
It's a talker. That's a verse talking song. Step one, talking and basically just talking.
Yeah. But I just feel like everyone, it's such a good vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I guess we have to do karaoke next week.
I guess so.
All right.
We did it to ourselves.
We did this.
Read some of these chat responses. Hold on.
We got some good choices in here.
What do we got?
Jocelyn mentioned the band the Linda Lindas. I have heard of them. They're named after the song Linda Linda. So there's also a Japanese movie called Linda Linda Linda, which is about a band, a high school band, playing the song Linda Linda at their school talent competition. So Linda Linda's everywhere. I'm just telling you guys.
So there's a band called the Linda Lindas, but the
Yeah.
song Linda Linda is by
The Blue Hearts.
I could see you not knowing that Linda Linda was a band and then being like, they have Linda Linda on here, and then it being a different Linda Linda, and you being
Yeah.
like, oh.
For a long time, it wasn't on Spotify, so I had to make a playlist of everything that's like people covering Linda Linda, every version of it. Yeah,
But they got it.
they got it. Yeah,
Yeah.
the band, they're a good band. I like them.
Total Eclipse of the Heart.
That's a
Melissa.
good one. That's one that you have to like, yeah, you got to really put your whole butt into it though. You got to like really be into it.
That's like a boy girl duet if you
Yeah, or like Paradise by the Dashboard Light. If you have like someone doing the meatloaf part, maybe with the female part, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we think that like, are we in our prime for karaoke right now in our lives? Like it just not 2025, but where we are in our lives age wise. Because when we get older, the bars will be full of younger people who maybe not know the references. Like are we?
Maybe.
Is this
I mean,
the time to do karaoke?
it could be. I mean, I don't know. I've only been to bar karaoke a few times. When like an old guy gets up there and just like kills it, I mean that there's nothing better, man.
Yeah. And it hits a hit. I mean,
It
look,
hits. Yeah.
people are still singing karaoke songs from the 70s, from the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
People from my group went up and did the Beach Boys. I mean,
Yeah, and that's great. Love it.
I was there before they were born, and we'll be there after they die. It's just like
If
classic.
I had a little more gray in my beard, I think I would do West Virginia. I don't know the name of the song, but
You're talking about Country Roads.
Take me home, take me home, country.
You have to know the song before you sing it, usually.
You just search.
Like, I bet you get there like West Virginia, hang on, slow down.
Well, once again, I don't have enough gray in my beard to sing it, so I don't have to do my homework now. But once the
But
gray
John
gets
Denver
there,
John Denver didn't even have a beard, man.
Yeah, John Denver.
doesn't matter. But like, I have to make it seem like it means a lot to me, and I have to look
like actually a country boy. Yeah.
Just go to West Virginia. I think that's really what you're trying to do here. You don't need to be older.
Well, if I go to West Virginia, they'll know I'm not from West Virginia.
You
so
grow
I
a
have
beard
to look
out.
like I'm from West Virginia in California. That's the key.
You need a gray beard to sing like an old man song. Like if you're doing like Johnny Cash singing "Hurt," right? You need like a gray beard for that. You'd be like, yeah, like old, you got like craggy. I hurt myself today
as well.
How about Ring of Fire? Do you think Ring of Fire would be a good pick?
Yeah, in the right crowd. I think people go for it.
That's the other thing. Some of these oldies, a lot of older songs are they're short. Like lots of Beatles songs, they're not even more than 3 minutes.
Yeah, those really like 2 minutes long.
Horses in there, in and out.
It's there for dancing too. That's the only thing they were designed for, right?
You know what I thought about during rush hour is what the radio scene when they're in the car and Jack Chan changes the radio.
Yeah, it was on Beach Boys, yeah.
But I was thinking about how, like, if you didn't have a cassette or a CD, you had to wait all day for your favorite song to come on. And then if someone changed it, You'd be so mad. And like I'm like just young enough that like that only affected me for like the first 10 years of my life. And I never had control at that point anyways. Um, but like just driving around and just waiting for your favorite song to come on and then someone changes it, that would ruin a week.
That's why we had cassette
We used to
tapes.
call the radio stations, ask them to play the song.
Requests. Yeah, play the requests. Yeah.
That's how hard it was to hear the song you wanted to hear while you were driving. Like,
I love, yeah, I mean, when you hear, your favorite song, you can crank it.
yeah,
You guys ever watch Joe Pera Talks to You? You ever watch that show?
I know who Joe Parra is, but I don't think
It
I.
is, there's an episode where he gets obsessed with the song Baba O'Reilly by The Who, like the Teenage Wasteland song. And it says that's what he does the entire episode. So he's like calling the radio station, play that song again, play that song. And he like just jumping around his living room, like on the couch and stuff, listening to like Teenage Wasteland. So good.
It's
Anyway,
like I'm sure now, like you guys are in the car and a song comes on you like, and someone changes it, and it's like such a minor moment. I'm just like my dad used to get so mad if we like played with his radio, and I couldn't remember why. I couldn't figure out why, and I was like, well, that's probably why. You're just like you
yeah.
finally hear a song you like, and then you don't get to listen to it.
Did you guys ever record off the radio, like with a cassette recorder? Yeah. Yeah, I did that
Yeah.
when I was a kid. Yeah.
I listened to the song
Okay.
Beverly Hills by Weezer on my little like audio thing. I only had 2 songs. I had that song and another song. I just listened to it on repeat all the time. Just one song.
Gimme.
Beverly Hills is also not a bad karaoke.
It kind of like sucks as a song, I think, but I think karaoke would kill.
Yeah.
Well, it has a yelling moment. And if you want people to get along, you need them to have a yelling moment.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills. Like
Right. That's
everyone
what
loves to
everyone.
yell
The
bar.
chorus is super easy. Everyone knows it. You don't have to be in tune or anything. You just yell.
Yeah.
Like
Who's singing that song? It's kind of weird.
I think that if I was in like a Japanese karaoke situation with all of my high school friends specifically,
Yeah.
I would play the song "When a Heart Breaks" by Ben Rector. That song, see, exactly, Ryan. No one knows it, but if you know it, it's a scream along song, and that's
Okay.
what matters.
All right. With the right crowd, right? And any song can kill in the right crowd.
Yeah.
And it's about performance. It's about the audience. You got to be able to. I mean, karaoke is there's a fine line you got to do. And there's people who just like pick an out of left field song and just do it.
If you are too good of a singer, karaoke is it almost takes the fun out of it in a weird way. I don't know if that makes sense. It's kind of like you're watching something, you're like, wow, you're really talented. Why are you here? Or like, why are you trying so hard at this?
Right.
Like, why are you making us cheer you on? You know what I mean? Like, we're all supposed to like, having fun. Like, you're not auditioning for anything. You know what I mean?
I think that like
Maybe I'm just a hater.
I think it's the same thing. Like I'm getting to a place in my basketball career where it's annoying when people are too good for the game that I'm playing in. You know what I mean?
Like, pickup
Like,
game.
if I want to go play a pickup game, I don't want somebody who used to play college basketball there. Like I want I want them to be worse than me.
Yeah.
Oh, to be slightly worse than you. That's
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So like karaoke, it's like someone goes on there and it's like their American Idol audition, and you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah. That's like the game design, like the game design concept of being perfectly unbalanced. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a fun.
What a really fun little segue.
Karaoke segue. That's right.
Good singers want to get drunk and sing at a bar too.
That's
fair.
true. It's true. I think the worst thing at karaoke is maybe not people being too good, but people going up there and clearly not knowing the song they're picking. I don't know why that bothers me so much. But it's like, why are you wasting 3 minutes of our lives for you to stumble through this song you don't know? Or they'll pick like I've seen it multiple times. They'll pick like, I'm gonna do this Eminem rap, and they know like the first verse of it. They memorize the first verse.
Yeah.
There's just like it's like, you just sit down. Stop wasting everyone's time. Get to the next song. What are you doing?
Yeah, because I know that you sat in your chair and you're like, this would be so good. And you only thought about the first 15 seconds of that song.
Yes.
You didn't, or maybe just the chorus, but didn't think about how wordy some of the verses are. Like, you know how many like songs in the 90s, like Third Eye Blind songs, so many lyrics are shoved into these verses and no one knows them. Like,
Yeah.
I want something. You don't think about how much time is in between those
There's a
choruses.
lot between sometimes.
Everyone is like, what is going on?
Well,
Yeah.
I think people don't realize how long 3.5 minutes is when you're in front of people you don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like signing up to give a speech in like high school, and you don't know what you're talking, like, you don't know what you're going to talk about until you get up there, and then you're like,
Yeah.
okay, you have to do this for 4 minutes now.
You have one joke prepared, or you have like
Yeah,
one thing to say, and you're like,
Yeah.
this, and then you say it in 10 seconds.
They gotta keep stretching it out. It's like that, I don't know if you've seen that Tim Heidecker special he did a couple years ago, where he's just like tries to put on like the worst comedy show of all time. It's just like, he's like, it's unscripted. He tears up his notes and he's just like has one joke afterwards. He's like, all right. Yeah. It's so funny. It's so good.
I have you get in college or in high school, did you guys ever have a moment where someone was supposed to give a speech and they froze?
I'm sure. I try not to remember other people's most embarrassing moments, but I mean, like, I guess
Probably.
probably
I'm pretty good at miss or just forgetting really uncomfortable emotional moments. Like,
not wanting to think about it for secondhand embarrassment. Yeah.
I only remember this one because I had to give the speech afterwards. And like it was supposed to be a 3 minute speech. And it took them 15 minutes to get through their like thing.
Oh my gosh.
And it was one of those things where everyone in the room is just like heartbroken at this point. Like morale is as low as it's ever been. And I have to
Yeah.
get up and speak after that. And I'm like, I wanted to like I couldn't get through my stuff because I was just like so like stuck in that moment.
At least you did better than them, right? I mean, that you
That's fair, but it was tough.
it's
It
they
was like,
teed it up for you. Just get up there and tap it in, you know?
yeah.
yeah, you
People
guys have to be like, get a load of that guy.
Yeah, right.
You guys have been great. You guys have been great.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
All right.
I think the closest I've had to that, it wasn't like of someone freezing, it was someone who made the event freeze because of a choice. So my friend got married.
Oh no.
It was a really nice little wedding, and his mother-in-law got up and to give her speech for like during the ceremony. And she had this whole long thing, and then she's like, and in the end, you two, I hope you dance. She played the song, I hope you dance. The entire song, just standing there.
Did she sing to it?
She did not sing to it. The
Held the
full,
mic and stood
full
there.
three, talking about like how long 3 minutes can feel.
That
Good
is
Lord. And I was like trying not to die laughing because it was just like, I was just like, oh my God, it's still going. I thought they're going to cut it. They're going to cut it. They're at the first chorus, they're going to cut it because this is cute. No, they let it play through the entire thing. And it was like, I'll never forget it. It was just such a,
I think wedding's the worst for embarrassing speech moments. Or just like that. Just someone's like so emotional about something and on paper that feels like a good idea.
yeah,
Emotional,
yeah.
like you're so special. And you get there on the day and it's like hundreds, maybe 100 people. And you're like, DJ, can we do that thing I wanted to? And you're forcing the whole room to listen to it and
Yeah,
tough.
man. Hard sell. Can't do it. I don't know.
Yeah, and Nicole makes a good point. People might actually know more lyrics than they might seem to have on stage, but stage fright, your brain goes. That's definitely like a factor.
But the
No,
lyric
no sympathy. There's lyrics on the thing. Sit down. You can't sing. Sit down. Get off my stage. Get that weak crap off my track.
we need to have we need to open a karaoke bar.
Yeah.
And Ryan, you guys ever heard of a gong show? Do you have the
Yes, the Gong Show. I'll be the gonger.
It's a karaoke bar, but Ryan he has the gong. And if
You
he's
lost me. Sit
singing,
down.
yeah, or the crowd is like gong, then Ryan,
Oh, that'd be the most high pressure. It'd be so not fun for people. Oh my God.
would be but people with some liquid courage, that'd be a great night. It'd be so funny.
Yeah.
It'd
Oh
be
my
so
God.
funny.
There's this bar in Redmond that does karaoke on Fridays, and every Friday this guy sings Colt 45 by
Afro Man.
I love
yeah,
it.
Afro
Yeah,
Man.
you know, it's his go-to.
I'm like, this is the weirdest karaoke song to choose, but it's kind of cool. But if you do it every week, it's like okay.
That's a brand, is what that
People
is.
come to expect it. You know, he's an establishment at that point.
Could you imagine like his TikTok like come and join me at a day in the life of singing
Yeah, yeah.
45 at my local karaoke.
So a new karaoke video just posted. It's the same song every week. Yeah,
I'll take the usual.
yeah, yeah. You know what I'm playing. Yeah,
Run it up.
What a song too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's such a like a crass song.
It is.
It's like
It
to
is
hear
really
someone who can't
crass.
sing it is a whole other aspect of it.
Yeah,
Anyways,
man. All right. Should we get into like our brags and our wheel?
I think we must.
We're getting near the end here, so
The old bragging wheel.
brag and wheel.
While I set up the wheel, do we want to
Brag
start bragging?
like a bragging wheel.
Ooh,
Yeah, wagon wheel is a good one. People go crazy for that one.
wagon
I'm
wheel
sure.
is a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'Cause you got two versions.
yeah, yeah. Now let's get them brags in. What are you bragging about? What's going on in your life that you're proud of that you need to shout out to yourself?
What are we bragging?
Let us
We have
know what
16 people here. I want 16 brags.
like at
Ooh.
least
I'll hop in with David. David, coming in hot with the first one. I made homemade, sugar-free chocolate at last. That's a great brag to start on. And what a cool little thing you've done.
that's cool. I like that.
It also sounds kind of difficult.
Yeah, I wonder if it's good. I'm sure it is. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Nicole, you're being way too reasonable about this. I'm just being a jerk. I'm being a jerk on purpose for comedy effects. I understand. Come on. You're right.
Sounds like you guys have to have a karaoke battle to solve it.
I don't think we need to do that.
Melissa read 102 books in 2024, 80% through book 4 for 2025.
Wow.
Oh.
You're gonna run out of books. I'm just saying.
I don't know. They're always making new ones, Kyle. Like
It's
new ones all the
true.
time.
I just
It's writing new ones.
Yeah. Splenda chocolate. That David explains.
you have the Library of Alexandria up in your head. Like there's just no more information. You're gonna know it all.
I keep getting TikToks and people are like, I read 360 books last year. I'm like, why?
A lot of books.
Process. Process one of them.
Hold on,
Think
though. How many of those books actually like count as a book? Are they like, you know,
that's what I'm saying.
what's
There's
the
people-
definition? There's novellas, there's short stories. Those count. Let's see. Terry says, haven't been on, so I have a couple. Let the kids in church do a glitter beard with ornaments. That is a risky maneuver. As someone who used to teach elementary school art, I hate glitter, especially with small children. So for you to do that, I salute you. That is you're braver than the troops. My God. Good job.
I like Jocelyn's because it made me think of one for Nick. But Jocelyn said, I survived Dalaska this week. The winter storm here has not been that bad. Seriously, I started on 2 new writing ideas. That's amazing. But I was thinking a funny one for Austin would have been Frosted.
Yeah.
Froston. Yeah.
And it is
Good.
unfortunately not. I mean, it's not cold here. It's not snowing like it is in Dallas, but
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
when I was a kid and it snowed in Dallas, like the one time when I lived there, it was the most magical thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah.
that's a good brag. All right. Who's up next? Is it Jared? It's Melissa.
David.
Oh, David. Another one. I started reading Unf Your Habitat and read more of ADHD is awesome. Read more of ADHD is awesome. I think I've heard of both of those books.
Yeah.
I like it.
Nice. Terry follows up with Santa for the first time for an entire elementary school. That is so fun. I was Santa last year at a holiday party for children as well, and it was a blast. I had to wear a belly, of course. I'm a scrawny little man, but it was fun being Santa.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Corvette said, my car broke down and I didn't have a mental breakdown.
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear that your car broke down, but I'm proud of you. You were able to have the resolve through that experience.
Call that growth. Nicole said, brag, I have restarted my health quest. I am starting small and treating it like physical therapy until I can get surgery on my right foot. But I have finally figured out a path forward. Good for you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great, Bragg. I love maybe reeling things in and starting small. I think is so wise. You get so much done. It doesn't feel like it, but I don't know, especially with
Yeah.
like injuries and recovery, like the body wants to heal. And I wish you a fast path back to where you want to be.
Sounds like her quest is off on the right foot.
Hey,
Hey, I'm here all week. Carol says, I got to work with one of my favorite bosses and doctors for the first time in approximately 2 years. With staffing issues, I've been receptioning and doing insurance work. So being able to work chairside and take care of patients again was a breath of fresh air, and I successfully eased back in with no issues. Great job.
That's
Muscle
great.
memory. You're killing it. Carol's my friend in real life. So hi, Carol. Good job. Glad you're back into a good spot at work.
all that, Carol.
Yeah.
Terry has a response to your question, Ryan, about how not getting it dirty. But I'm going to read the one.
Yeah.
Um,
Tablecloths under as an apron.
Terry took the plunge and got hearing aids. Have been deaf in one ear for over 30 years.
Nice.
What's that like? Getting back and having an ear back after 30 years of like, because I've only had my ears for 29.
It'd be like half your world would be opened up again, right? It'd be like everything on this side of your head is now you can experience it.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Yeah.
that. G popped in here and said, maintaining an exercise routine even while working full time and in grad school. That's a brag. So easy to get imbalanced. But look at you taking care of yourself.
Way to go, G. Melissa says, wait, one more 36-day streak on Duolingo learning Hebrew. That's cool.
Hey guys, do you know how Moses made his tea?
He brewed it.
He brews it.
Yeah.
Just like everyone else.
Just like everyone else.
Yeah, just like
Alrighty.
else.
So
You
there's
got a
this thing
wheel?
that we do every week, which is give away a free journal.
Oh, yeah.
And the way we give a free journal is we summon a magical wheel.
Oh, wheelie?
Wheelie.
Wheelie wheelie?
And if you ask really nicely, the wheel will spin. Hey, Mr. Wheel, will you spin for us,
Please, please spin for us,
We must have
please.
done it right.
Oh, good. I said
Yeah.
please. Who's their winner this week?
Look,
Christy Dixon, come on down.
Christy Dixon.
Christy, if you're in the chat, please wave your little hand, say you're alive, so we can verify that you're here to win a prize.
Suspense.
Let's
Nick,
go.
I want you to get your moment in the sun. Last week, your rhyme was really good. I was thinking about that for at least 20 minutes afterwards.
Thank you.
Remember, so Ryan rhymed on accident.
We were trying to be the wise elders, doing like our cryptic rhymes. You remember that?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
And then you rhymed with, if you're gonna, it said something about, yeah, you just
Yeah,
did a good job.
you ended it perfectly, Nick. You went out.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. I forgot about that.
Christy's here. Thank you so much, Christy. All right.
And I know the bit is that once happy questing is said, the live stream abruptly ends.
Yeah.
So we weren't able to give you your flowers.
It's great. It's
But
great.
I want you to know that you did a great job last week.
Thank you.
It's
Appreciate
great. You landed the plane. It was great.
And
Wow. Nice.
as far as like last week's concerned, like what was like the overall vibe you're trying to get to when you were saying the rhyme last week? I can't remember like what the essence of it was.
I have known you for so long, Kyle. I can tell the moment you snap into doing a bit before you even start saying anything is the blessing and curse of being best friends and co-founders.
You know the bit.
You just did it. You can't hold it in. So what was that? What was that general vibe?
Tell me more. Yeah, let's dig into this.
You're talking about?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna put Ryan on the spot, as if I had reached into as if I had signed him up for karaoke and he didn't want to do it. I'm gonna put Ryan on the spot and have you sign us off this week, and you know the line, so
yeah,
it's yours.
Before I sign off, David wants a quick update. I'm gonna get you rapid fire lightning round here. What's the new journal? And are you really making a story RPG? Well, RPG, always kind of yes in the process. New journal, Kung Fu, anime, Avatar, we talked about before. You're gonna love it. Okay. So let's see. I'm on the spot here. I'm freezing in front of the karaoke screen. Oh no, there's words on the screen. Okay. Oh, the time's ticking out. Oh no. Um, okay. When you guys shoot.